All right, we're the Hebrew Israelites. We come in and week out to prophesy the downfall of Babylon the Great, also known as America in the Scriptures, the Holy Bible. All right, to wake up the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel, who today are being called Negroes, the Latinos, Native Americans, the Seminole Indians, all right, West Indians and Haitians. All right, get you to wake up and come back to repent, which means to turn back, acknowledge your offense, to acknowledge what you've been doing wrong, okay? Which is things like eating pork and sleeping with other men's wives and stuff like that. You got to do away with all of it, all right? Because those are the laws in the Bible. You could be put to death for some of these laws. Some of these laws are punishable by death. Homosexuality, all right? Sleeping with another man's wife. These are laws that are punishable by death, all right? So acknowledge your offense, pray for forgiveness, and then get back to keeping these laws, all right? So first and foremost, all praise is due to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Rakah Kodash. All right, double honor to our elder apostles, GMS, who taught us this truth. And the ones that came before them that taught us this truth. All right, the shalom and salutations to all the brothers out pushing the word of truth and in sincerity, the hopeful elect tabernacle of David, all right? All right, so just gonna go in the spirit. Again, I got this new sword out here, so bear with me. The book of Matthew 16 and 3. Well, let's start right here at 2, 16 and 2. He answered and said unto them, when it is evening, ye say it will be fair weather, for the sky is red. And in the morning it will be foul weather today, for the sky is red and lowering. O ye hypocrites, ye can discern the face of the sky, but can ye not discern the sign of the time? So look at the signs of the times. Okay? A wicked and adulterous generation seeketh after a sign, and there shall be no sign, there shall no sign be given unto it, but the sign of the prophet Jonas. And he left him and departed. We're going into this, okay? The Most High does leave signs. Okay? How do you determine who the children of Israel are? Right? Let's get that real quick. All right? The Most High deals with signs. But see, you wicked ass Israelites, you be talking about, well, show me. Right? And you're carnal. Right? Well, how do you know? Show me. And then you can show a nigga, 15 video clips. They'll turn around and tell you, well, that's just science fiction. Well, nigga, where the hell did it come from? It came right out of the scriptures. All right, this is Deuteronomy 28 and 45. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee. The curses are on the children of Israel. For what? And shall pursue thee and overtake thee, till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy power to keep his commandments and his statutes which he commanded thee. And they shall be, what is they? The curses shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever. So this is how you determine who the children of Israel are. What I tried to tell this Hamite yesterday, standing here. Okay? There are signs that we're the children of Israel. Okay? Like the untouchables over in India. Okay? The land of Elam. Okay? The untouchables are at the bottom catching hell. All right? Well, at the bottom catching hell is a sign from the Most High. Basically, they're the slaves. All right? Issachar over here, picking fruit, migrating, right? For these menial jobs that nobody wants, Issachar will do it. Why? Because he's still a slave. Judah, you're still a slave. And don't know it. You proud as hell, right? There's some Edomites out here catching straight up hell, or those that look like Edom, all right? Hey, you very well could be a Jake. If you're catching hell at the bottom, you could be a two-time loser, or you just might be a Jake. All right? So you got to be able to discern the signs. All right? And Yahweh Shai is saying, O ye hypocrites, ye can discern the face of the sky, but can ye not discern the sign of the times? What is the sign of the times? All right? Second Ezra 9:1, he answered me then and said, measure thou the what? The time. The times. How? Measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs of what? The time that you're in. All right? So that's what we're out here doing. And what do we see? Okay? What do we see right now? Well, we see wars and rumors of war. We see uproars of the people. Clearly. We see ships waiting to unload their cargo that are not being able, creating what? A famine. These are the signs. Can you not discern what these signs mean? It means that we're at the end. And it's going to tell you that. And when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the earth which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, and we see that right now. Then thou shalt understand. Salakia. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then thou shalt well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. What things? The signs. All right? Let's go back to Matthew. 24 and 3. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming? The sign of what? When is he coming back? And of the end of the world. What are the signs of the end of the world? And Yahushua answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying that I am Hamashiach, and shall deceive many. Now here is the sign. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that you do not tremble, for all these things must come to pass, and it is not yet. More signs. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. These are the beginnings of sorrow. So, letting you know that the end is nigh. When you see these signs, famines. Are we in a famine? We see the famine being fomented. We see them creating a famine. All right? What is Bill Gates doing buying up farmland? And why are they telling the farmers to destroy your crop, and I'm going to pay you? I'm going to pay you to hide these tractors. What is that? All right. That's a famine. That's a sign. The ships, the container ships out here not coming in. What is the result of it? No food on the ship. The famine is a sign. All right? The ships in the harbor are a sign. All right? It's a sign of the end. The end of what? The end of the world as we know. Things are changing, and a nigga can't put two and two together. Why? Because you're in a strong delusion. Oh, well, this system is never going down. I'm cool with the devil ruling over me and me being a slave in his kingdom. You hypocrites. You can't understand what the fuck is going on.
You don't mind if we blow?
Go ahead, brother.
Okay. But I mean, no disrespect.
No, you good. You good. Then you got like the Euphrates River. The great river Euphrates. What is the great Euphrates drying up? That's a drought, number one. Why is the Most High drying up the Euphrates? So that great war to make way for the kings of the east. So that war, there's your war and rumors of war. That's a big old prophecy coming to pass. The prophecies are signs. All right? What is pestilence? Devok 1:9. All right? Leading to what? Leading to the whole world gotta take a Vanessa Mandrake, right? And what is that leading to? One of the biggest prophecies that is left, right? The MOTB, the might be. These are the signs. When you can quickly go to YouTube and dial up Sweden microchip, and they show you exactly what the fuck John the Revelator saw. It's a wrap. When you got niggas coming scoffing, talking about the Matbi is not what it is. I mean, the RFID microchip is not the Matbi. That's a scoffer. In the last day, scoffers are coming. There's a prophecy coming to pass. These are the signs. You gotta have a nigga out there talking shit. You gotta have a scoffing, ridiculous, naysaying nigga talking about the mark of the beast ain't the chip. And then you can go to YouTube and show clearly that that's what's going on. That's how you're gonna pay for shit. That's where your medical records are going. And a nigga will sit in your face and tell you that that's not it. A nigga will go get juiced up talking about I speak on behalf of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Everybody, these are the signs. Strong delusion. Letting you know, hey, this gotta be the end. This nigga right here is off his damn rocker, and it says right here that's gonna happen, and that these are the signs that we're almost out of here. You got niggas out buying land. Well, we're gonna go buy some land so we can prosper in Babylon the Great, and this thing is over. You buying land, Bill Gates is buying land to exterminate you. It's a crime. It's a crime to plant your own garden. It's a crime to go buy a generator and use it. But you want to continue to try to prosper in Babylon. Here it is. You got rolling blackouts, you got out and out blackouts. But it's a crime to have a generator to be able to save your life. When they do that shit, when they turn the power up, and you want this place to continue? Crazy. It's a crazy notion. Again, Stevie Wonder can see these signs and tell you what's going on, but you got niggas in the truth, or so-called in the truth, telling you to go give Vanessa Mandrake. And simply by them saying that, right, that's a sign, that's a prophecy coming to pass that we're in the last days. Hey, know for assuredly that there are going to be scoffers in the last days. What does it mean, the last days? The last days before Yahweh Shai comes back with lasers blazing. All right? And that's clear. That's very clear what is going on at this point. And if you can't see it, you're not supposed to. Strong delusion is on your ass. And this is what we don't want. We don't want to not be able to see. That was the walrus right there. Here it is. I'm doing what I gotta do right in front of me. Oops. I mean, so it is what it is. We're clearly in that time. All right? And the men of the Lord, we see it, and we're warning the people. You try to warn the people, they ain't trying to hear you. They're scoffing, letting you know the Most High got this place set up for judgment and destruction. Straight up. Strong delusion is on the motherfucker. Why were the Aztecs experts in telling time? What is the Aztec calendar about? Why were they experts at that? This is 1 Chronicles 12 and 32. Let's find out why. And who. This is going to tell you who the Aztecs are. 1 Chronicles 12 and 32. And the children of Issachar, which were men that had understanding of the times to know what Israel ought to do, the heads of them were 200, and all their brethren were at their commandment. All right? Hey, well, guess what? What did the Aztec calendar say? They said that the world was going to end in 2012, right? Well, guess what? It did. This world is over. It's just the cleanup right now. We're in the cleanup stages, all right? The prosperity, what happened in 08? That last crash, it fucked shit up. And then it took about 4 years for that shit to manifest. And what did they do? They covered it up. They made it look like everything, business is normal, right? And they knew at that time that their time was very short. And that's got to come out. They knew at that. See, the word time keeps coming out. What time are we in? Revelation 12 and 12. Here comes that word. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. He knows what that Aztec calendar said. Your day, nigga, your time is up. Okay? You've been given the world. You've been given rulership of the world for a short time. Job 9 and 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. All right? So your rulership, the Most High, placed you in the rulership of the world. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. All right? But now, it's time for the changing of the guard. This is Amos 9 and 8. Behold, the eyes of the Lord power upon the sinful kingdom, mainly Babylon the Great. Right? And I will destroy it from off the face of the earth. Okay, your time is up. It's time for that destruction. All right? Revelation. Revelation 20 and 3. And cast him into the bottomless pit and shut him up and set a seal upon him that he should deceive the nations no more till the 1,000 years should be fulfilled. And after that he must be loosed a little season. Okay, so we just read it backwards. He must be loosed a little season. Loosed to do what? To rule for a short period of time. Okay? He was ruling during the Greek kingdom, if you will. Right? And then again through the Roman Empire. Then he was taken down. Okay? And then, once again, the Most High is going to give him the kingdom one more time. This last time for a short season. And according to the Mayan calendar, not the Aztec calendar, the Mayan, Salakia. According to the Mayan calendar, that time expired in 2012, right? Or around or near abouts. We won't go all the way in and say January 1st, 2012, that was it, okay? But, you know, time is relative, all right? But that was what the prophecy of the Mayan calendar, wait a minute. So what are we supposed to do? All right? What did the Mayan calendar say? That at this time, when this world comes to an end, Quetzalcoatl, nigga, is coming back. All right? To fuck shit up. Same thing it says in the scriptures. That's Issachar put that forth. Put that timetable together. And here we are living it out, right? And you got niggas wanting this ridiculous kingdom, which is completely upside down, to continue on. And is letting you know that the Most High got to destroy 2/3 of Israel. There's just no two ways about it. It's got to go down. You got niggas, you got stone cold niggas out here that just, they don't have a chance. The level of ignorance is it's off the charts. You got so-called learned people, like the Hamite that comes up, all right, you're clearly afraid. You should be afraid, okay? But afraid of who? Afraid of the Most High. If you shut the fuck up for 5 seconds and listen, you might learn something, but no, you want to teach. You want to go to where the teacher is, and you want to teach him. Well, ye have need to be taught again. The oracles, nigga. The Proverbs. Proverbs 1 and 7. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. Nigga, you got no knowledge. You don't fear the Most High. You don't even know about the fear of the Most High. All right? You don't know to keep your foot and shut the fuck up if you don't know what you're talking about. No, you're going to talk anyway so that you won't look stupid in front of the little girl that you're trying to get and get your asses both burned up. All right? Here it is. She can't even say, right, who the untouchables are. And we both know. I know that you know that you know, but you're going to hide it from him. Like, guess what? This is a spiritual conversation. You got to be careful. When somebody clearly knows something that you don't, it's time for you to shut the fuck up. Not try to show how much you know or don't know. All right? Because somebody that does know, they know what you fucking don't know. All right? If you can't handle the milk, if you will, all right? If you're unskillful at milk, how are you going to advance to any meat? When you approach an old man with wisdom, with the signs of wisdom in his hair, all right, what are you to do? All right. Well, you might want to have some respect for yourself and say to yourself, well, this old man might know something that I don't. Now, if I was sitting here with a bottle in a brown paper bag, getting drunk, out here talking shit, that would indicate one thing. That would be a sign that maybe you shouldn't listen. But the fact that I'm standing here with a Bible, okay, that old man might know something that I don't. And might not. Let me observe. Let me let him talk. Let me keep my foot, right, until I find out that he don't know what he's saying. Let me examine myself. Let me examine him. Let me try the Spirit by the Spirit. Okay? And guess what you would have learned? We would have went to Isaiah 28, found out how this thing works. You would have learned that. Then, after we established the ground rules for knowledge, right, and understanding, then you watch how this thing is done. Let's do it. It's real simple. Once you've learned it and once you have been made to understand, this is Isaiah 28 and 9. Came out yesterday. Here's the first order of business. Let's establish the ground rules for knowledge and understanding of this Bible. All right? Isaiah 28 and 9. Whom shall he teach knowledge, and whom shall he make to understand doctrine? So we take those two words, understanding and knowledge. Okay? Understanding and knowledge. Let's quickly go back to Proverbs. Okay, stay with me. Proverbs 1 and 7. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom. There's knowledge, wisdom, and understanding right there. Isaiah 28 and 9. Whom shall he teach knowledge, and whom shall he make to understand doctrine? Back to Proverbs. Proverbs 1 and 7. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom, right? And instruction. What are we looking for? With all thy getting, get what? Whom shall he teach knowledge, and whom shall he make to understand? Here's your understanding. With all thy getting, get understanding. How do you get understanding? Jump down to 10. For precept must be upon precept, precept upon precept. Line upon line, here a little and there a little. Those are the ground rules. For what? For understanding and knowledge. What do you mean, ground rules? I mean instruction. Proverbs 1 and 7. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. So, how do you read the Bible? Have you been instructed? Or do you just, oh no, I got this. In the beginning, God, and you don't even know that that's plural. So, if you can't listen to a wise old man who might know something, show you these things, how to read the Bible for knowledge and understanding, there's no chance. You're a fool. Okay? You're just a fool. So go back to your whatever the fuck you came from. Giving away poison, whatever food you're talking about. All right? Every word of this is the food. All right? Here's the sustenance right here. All right? Line upon line, precept upon precept. So let's get to it. Where is this thing going? Genesis 25 and 25. Line upon line, precept upon precept. We'll start at 26, Salakia. Genesis 25 and 26. And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel. What does that mean? Jacob's hand took hold on Esau's heel. And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob. So we're dealing with Jacob and Esau, and Jacob grabbed the heel of Esau. All right? Well, let's get a precept that proves what that means, because you got to prove all things. Precept upon precept. What are we talking about? The end of time, the end of this world. Time's up for these devils. 2 Ezra 6 and 8. And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, When Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followed. All right? So I left out the first part so I could show you what that means. Okay? What it means for Jacob to grab the heel of Esau. Esau is the end of the world, which has to do with time, and Jacob is the beginning of the time after that. Now, we'll read up a little bit and we'll show you the time. 2 Ezra 6 and 6. Then did I consider these things, and they were all made through me alone, and through none other. By me also shall they be ended, and by none other. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times, or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth? Okay, now we're dealing with time. The time of the end is when Jacob will pull Esau out of the kingdom and claim it for himself. All right, that's dealing with time. That's dealing with precept upon precept. What does it mean that Jacob grabbed hold of Esau's heel? Well, let's prove it. Let's go to the Apocrypha, which you probably know nothing about. You're going to learn something if you shut the fuck up and keep your foot, and you'll see how this thing works. That's the answer to the question. The question is, what does it mean that Jacob took hold of Esau's heel? Here's the answer. Here's the precept that answers the question. Got to go to the Apocrypha. Well, wow, I didn't know that. I'm learning something. How come they didn't teach me that over here at this church where they're handing out food, lying to people and saying that God loves everybody? What time are we in? The people that are handing out the food are saying, I am the anointed, and deceiving many. That's what time we're in. Let's expose them. Matthew 24 and 3. As he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world? Yahushua answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Hamashiach, I am anointed, and shall deceive many. That's what the church is telling these kids. Look, I am anointed to preach this word, right? I am christened. I was given the oil, the Christos, to come out here and speak on behalf of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. And what are they doing? They're deceiving many. Well, you can't use the Apocrypha. It's not inspired. Lie. You're deceiving many. What does it mean if I can't use the Apocrypha because it's not inspired? What does it mean that Jacob took hold on Esau's heel? I'll wait. You're deceiving many. So this idiot standing in front of me is completely deceived. Right? Oh, well, anybody can come. Anybody. Do you believe? Nigga, do you believe? You read the words of Yahweh Shai. This is what we didn't get to yesterday. So let's bring it up. Here are the words of Yahushua. Matthew 15:21. But he answered and said, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. And I mean, it didn't matter because we couldn't even get through 10 and 5 before the scoffing started. Right? Oh, but let's go to Revelation. Nigga, why? We just proved it. Is he not going to say the same thing in Revelation? Or is he going to say something different to contradict himself? Okay? Then you're going to take the Bible and hold it like it's yours. Like, nigga, give me my Bible back. You're not going to stop this word from coming. What he immediately realized, well, this nigga knows what scriptures to go to prove what he's saying, so I'm going to hold it from him. I'm going to stop that by holding. I'm like, can you give me my Bible, dude? And then turn around and say, what's my name? Nigga, I didn't ask you for your name. You trying to run the show. You're not the teacher. Okay? You wouldn't do that to your pastor. Stop him. Well, wait a minute. That's what you believe. You wouldn't do that to your pastor. But here it is. Some old man on the street preaching the Bible. You can say what the hell you want to it. Out of order. You're a demon, nigga. Okay? Walking after your own lust. You're trying to get at the little girl here. Go back and watch it yesterday. Here it is. The scriptures are trying to come out. You stop and talking right over the scriptures. Okay? Why? Because it's not for you. That's not your true intent. The word, nigga, is laying you bare. And if you would have stuck around for 5 more minutes, it would have came out. All right? You don't know. If you think that God loves everybody, you have been deceived. What about his enemies in Psalm the 83rd chapter? What about the people that hate him? You hate the Most High. All right? You love the God that loves everybody, who is the Lord of the flies. That's who you love. And you trying to push that on me, nigga? Get the fuck out of here. Okay? Once you understood that, well, I can't trick this guy. Right? He knows what he's standing for. Now it's time to make a hasty exit before I look like a fool in front of this little girl that I'm trying to get at. I'm like, nigga, I was young once too. I was led by my own lust too. I was following after my own lust too. I wasn't using the church to do it. At least I had the wherewithal not to use the church to strengthen my game, which is ridiculous, right? Using the word deceitfully. But here we are. Salaki Machete. So the signs, you got to have scoffers, right, in the last days. Those are the signs. In the last days, scoffers. Let's get that. 2 Peter 3:3. Knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers, walking after their own lust. All right? This nigga didn't want to hear the truth. He wanted to hear smooth things. There ain't no smooth things coming in. A man of the Lord is going to tell you, he's going to give you fair warning. Right before the Most High puts your wicked ass to death for being a lustful scoffer. This nigga clearly had lust in his eye. Somebody sent him and the little girl out to invite people to come and eat and be deceived. Eat of this fruit. This nigga was out here doing the work of the devil. In the scripture, I said, I'm examining you. I'm testing the spirit by the spirit. And he was a very skillful devil. He had a little command over the English language, even though he's a Hamite. You know, you couldn't really tell. He didn't really have an accent. He didn't sound like he didn't sound like a straight up Hamite, but you could, yeah. I mean, he said he's only been here for a year. Where'd you learn English at, nigga? They ain't speaking English in the Congo. You're Congolese and you only been here for a year. I don't know whether to believe you or not. Okay? You're out doing the bidding of Satan. Talking about, I'm gonna feed you. Come and get some of this food. No, nigga, that's come and eat this fucking fucked up doctrine. Right? Come and eat this apple. Right? Now, if you had any home training, you would have, you would have been over talking, acting as though you knew something that you don't. Like, who are the untouchables? Right? Do you even know what you're doing? Right here, getting with Elam? In order to do that, you got to know who you are. Nigga, do you know if you're Ham or are you Jake? You don't know. You don't know that there's a difference between us. And what you do know, if you're from the Congo, you know that there are Bantus over there. You know the difference between Negroes if you're from there. You just played stupid like somebody can't see through you. Nigga, you do know. All right? Just like when the devil will try to tell you, oh, well, they enslaved their own people. No, devil. That might have worked 14 years ago, but now we know the truth. We know who the devil is, and your time is up. Your lies don't work no more. You understand? And anybody who tries that shit, either you don't know or you're being deceptive. Either way, you're being deceptive, and you can't fool the men of the Lord. Witchcraft is at its end. All right? That shit ain't working. Stand now with your enchantments, nigga. And you fucking Hamites, you're the biggest witches out there. Janus and Jambres, and see, well, you're an Israelite? You're an Israelite? Well, what makes you an Israelite? Nigga, why don't you go find out? Why don't you go do some studying and then come back up here and either repent, right? But you're not going to do that. You stay right there at that church, continue to do your wickedness, and do it under the guise of, I'm a righteous man that goes to church. Wrong. That day is over. That shit's over now. Now here comes the sun breaking through. I have to take off some of this warm weather gear. It's lucky, yo. So we can clearly see well, that's cool. It's lucky. Here's how it works. Salaki, you guys. I just saw something in the jacket. So this is a little pouch. I guess it's pretty cool. I did want to put it back on after I took this heavy one. Let's see what it's like out here. What I have noticed is that they're spraying extra hard right now. What is this devil up to? Okay. We know that he knows he hath but a short time. So, and I was trying to explain that to my son-in-law, right? And these kids are scared, you know. They feel like they haven't gotten their time. And I understand that, you know. I used to say to myself, I'm not going to start reading the Bible until I get older, after I've lived life. And I didn't know that we would be in these last days the way that we are right now. I mean, which is very clear. It's clear to see that we're in these last days. And so I probably, I understand that. I understand that, when I was like 24, 25, I'm like, oh, I got the rest of my life to live or whatever, right? And me and my homeboy at the time, right? And he was wicked as hell, but we were both 25, and his ass got taken out. And that was more than 30 years ago now. Just to put things in perspective. And what happened there? Well, the Most High preserved me, right? Like the brother made the video, is the brother Kazak, the elder brother Kazak. He said, we're still here. Why are we still alive? We're still alive to do this work. Because there have been many a time, he said, I'm sure you could think of a time where you knew you were supposed to be put down. I had a motorcycle accident shortly after my boy died, because I was out there spiraling out of control, where I know I was supposed to, be laid down with the bike. Bike didn't make it. But I actually walked away from a near-death experience that day, right? Not knowing, why I was delivered, if you will, from that situation. I thought it was to do music, because that day I said, okay, well, I'm going to do music for the rest of my life. I'm going to dedicate my life to doing music. And, because I'd been doing music from the time I was 5, but, wasn't doing it completely, So shortly after, I was probably 27, a couple of years after the homie died. And so I called myself dedicating my life to music, right? And then years later, I was probably, maybe late 30s. Hard to think of how old I was in let's see, 32 and 94. 94 plus, it's probably 01-ish, 02. So I was probably about 39, pushing 40, maybe. Some woman brushes by, kind of ran into me. She goes, hey, wait. Let me, I want to tell you something. She goes, you're going to be a famous preacher one day, right? And I laughed as I backed away. I was leaving. I was like, I don't have time for that. And I said, no, I'm going to be a famous musician one day. And guess what? She was right. Okay, fame, I don't know about the famous part, but preacher, yeah, absolutely. She was right. And at the time, I had no idea. Right? I could give a fuck about music at this point. It's a job, like a 9 to 5. Other than that, I'd rather not ever go to work ever again in my life. But she was right, and I was wrong. Certainly not famous, right? Infamous, maybe. Famous, absolutely not. And rightfully so. All right. I didn't know that's the blessing. The blessing is that I'm not famous. Famous means you sold out for fame and fortune. All right. Now, if Yahweh Shemi Hawashai brings me fame in this, in this ministry, then she was doubly right. So, I mean, she was right on one account. Will she be doubly right? Only time will tell. And I mean, I'm certainly not in this for the fame. All right. I'm lucky to get 3 views. Right. If I get 30 views, that's monumental. And it's not, whatever it is my portion, and I'm fine with that. All right. I'm just an old man trying to endure until the end. Determined, right? Determined to run my race. My race is going to be different than anybody else's, And I've come to accept that, to know that, and not let that deter me. And I just look for little signal signs and signal. Jake needs a sign, but a sign came to me the other day. I was on that Rethinking the Dollar. This is about maybe a month ago or so. And I called in to the brother Mike, who is a Christian, right? Who refuses. You got Jake's on there. You got Men of the Lord. You got GMS on there trying to let him know, hey, wake up. You're Israel. And he's like, digs his heels in. No, I'm a Christian. So I called in just to, show him what I call the nigger revelation. Right? We went through it real quick. And, I thought that was it. He acknowledged it. It came out the way that it was supposed to. He acknowledged it. And, I did a sit down, a little lesson on it shortly, like the next day or whatever. And then, 2 days ago, this sister comes on, and she's breaking down the 12 tribes, right? And you could tell that she had been listening, and she went off a little bit here and there. It sounded like she was a black only, but she was on point on a few things. And then out of nowhere, she goes, and there was a brother that came on, and he broke down the word, the N word, she said, and she was talking about me. I just, like a minute or two before that, I'm like, let me watch old Mike. And sure enough, she's talking about me and the breakdown that came out. And he remembered, but what it let me know is that at some level, I'm making a difference, right? When you see that you only get, you get 5 views, and 3 of them are thumbs down, right? And the other 2 are people that you know. You're like this, well, you think about those things, you don't let it affect you. But of course, when you're doing the work, you want more people, you want more views so that the word can get out, And who knows, you don't know what Esau is doing. Esau's shadow ban you. change the view count to discourage you. We're not ignorant of Satan's devices. But sure, you know, you feel good when you got a lot of views or whatever. But when she said that, it let me know, you know, that's the word going out. And it's not about me, you know, but for me, you know, that's a faith booster right there. I'm like, wow. And in the spirit, that was the Most High showing me and giving me that faith booster. I mean, it's nothing more than that, you know. And every brother needs that, you know. For me, it was nothing less than the Most High saying, "Hey, look, hang in there. You're standing in your lot, and you're doing your you're dealing with your measure, you know." Hell, it's hard for me. It's hard for me to stand up out here, right? Out of sheer exhaustion. So, I mean, again, you know, and the reason that the Spirit has this coming out, this is for encouragement, all right? Every man must work out his own salvation with fear and trembling. Hey, you know, I'm doing what I'm able to do. Can I do more? Probably. Not saying that I can't, but I mean, it doesn't make a lot of sense for me to make 5 videos a day and nobody's going to watch them. So make 1 good one or 2 good ones, right? And hope that, you know, they either watch one or the other. Okay? And what I find is more people are drawn to the World War III Daily Update, right? Because of the heading on it, right? People are like, well, what's going on with World War III? Then they run into Shalom, Kahala, Yahweh, Shem Yahushai, right? They run into that. And then they run into World War III being filtered through the scriptures. And the truth comes out, right? Why is World War III taking place? What is the meaning of World War III? All right, so let's get it. We'll go to the book of Joel real quick. Go to Joel 3. Okay. Because I always do this on the World War III Daily Update, but very seldom does this come out, you know, in the camp. So, but this is the year of the hastening of the coming of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. So every time this vibration goes out, it becomes stronger and stronger, and we're speaking these things into existence. So one scripture can't come out too many times. Okay? Now, this is under the heading, this is Joel 3, but it has a heading, and it says, Judgment Against Enemy Nations. Who are enemy nations? Well, they're listed in Psalm the 83rd chapter. All right? Really all of them, okay? The heathen themselves. All right, it says, Joel 3:1, For behold, in those days and in that time, all right, there's that word time. What time are we in? Can ye discern the sign of the times? All right. For behold, in those days and in that time when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, meaning when I will bring Israel out of slavery, because we're still in slavery. That's exactly what that means. It doesn't mean that. It means exactly that. I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat. All right, so this is World War III. I'm going to gather all the nations, meaning their armies, their representatives, their fighting men, right? Their mighty men, if you will. I'm going to gather them together. Why? And it goes on to say why. And will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel. Okay? What does it mean to plead with them? To plead their case. When you go into court, right, which is exactly what they put them on trial, they have different versions. One of those versions is, there will I put them on trial for what they did. What do you do with a court case? You fight a court case. You get two sides and they fight. Then you have a judge. Just like in a boxing match. You got two fighters, you have the referee, and then you have a judge, right? And they're judging the match. They're judging the fight, if you will. Well, the Most High is the judge. And he's telling you, I will also gather all the armies of the world into the valley of Jehoshaphat, and will plead with them, and will judge them, plead their case, judge the matter with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel. It says for my people, not against. Right? Really, the judgment has already been set. So that's the reason for World War III. Is to pass judgment on these heathens or the enemies for what they have done to is simple. Why World War III? To get them all in one place and to slaughter them. That's the reason for World War. Slaughter them, why? Because this is the changing of the guard. We got to start with their strength. We got to bring their strength down, their power. These nations have power. What is their power? Well, they have weapons, right? We have to eliminate that threat. How? Set an ambush. We'll set a trap for them. We'll bring them into the valley of Jehoshaphat. And when they're all there, here come the angels in Yahushua to cut them down. Pursuant to 2nd Ezra 13, the 13th chapter. And it describes the whole thing. Pursuant to Revelation 12 and 7. And the dragon fought and his angels and prevailed not. That's the reason for World War III. Okay? The reason for World War III is to bring in the kingdom of heaven. Yahushua is going to come and cut them all down. He can put their crowns on, right? Earth still has to be cleansed. So they're going to use their nuclear option because that's all they got. They ain't got no more, military's gone. Dust and smell of smoke. All you got left is the nuclear option. They're going to take their nuclear football, get the launch codes. The Most High going to put his spirit in them nukes, and none of them are going to miss their mark. Ushering in the kingdom That's the reason for World War III. Why? Because it's that time. We're in that time. Time of what? Time to usher in the kingdom of heaven. Because this devil, first of all, your time is up. Second of all, you done fucked everything up. If you get one more day, it goes to you destroying. I'm looking up, and through the clouds, I see these streaks, these lines, right? I know the difference between a real cloud and whatever it is that you're fucking spraying in the air. Most High didn't give you permission to pollute the air and the water and the food, and right? You gotta be stopped, dude. You're just the fucking devil. You're abusing your time. Your time is up. Just go lay your ass down somewhere. No, you're gonna yet durst fight. Knowing that it's futile. You read the scriptures, nigga. You prevailed not. All right, and you're fighting anyway. Well, yep. Why are you fighting anyway? The Most High is making you fight anyway. That and you're a nigga. And your nigga ass is gonna be in chains, in shackles, in a cage, yoke of iron, whipped on your back all day. Every day except for the Sabbath. I will also gather all nations, will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. All right, you heathen are over there in our land fighting over it. Talk about this is the Christian side, this is the Jewish side, and this is the whatever the fuck, the Arabic side, whatever. And it don't belong to none of you motherfuckers. You're not even the people that you're claiming to be. You're not the Jews. You're not the Canaanites. Or the Philistines. You're not the Philistines. Okay? You're none of those people. First of all, let's deal with the identity theft. For you to even be in the land claiming to be those people. All right? And the deception is great. But you can't fool the Most High's elect. And the hopeful elect are out here putting on the elect. And they have cast lots for my people and have given a boy for a harlot and sold a girl for wine that they might drink. And yea, what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, and all the coasts of Palestine? Will ye render me a recompense? And if you recompense me swiftly and speedily, will I return your recompense upon your own head. Because ye have taken my silver and my gold, and carried into your temples my goodly and pleasant things, and made monuments to your theft of the Most High's good and pleasant things. The menorah, right? The showbread table. All right? The thief cometh not but to steal and to kill. Did you not slaughter the tribe of Gad, the tribe of Issachar? You came over here? Did you not steal this land and claim it for your own under the doctrine of discovery, which says that if you see a land and you plant your flag, you have discovered that land, whether there are people there or not. And, well, those people were unenlightened. What? Those people were insignificant. They were wild. No, you're the wild beast. Those people were wild and uncivilized? You mean the Most High's chosen? Where did you learn that these people were wild and uncivilized, therefore they deserve to be put to death and have their land set? Where did you learn that? Well, let's read down. Let's find out what's going to happen. Let's jump down to 8. Joel 3 and 8. Well, let's start at 7. Joel 3 and 7. Behold, I will raise them out of the place whither ye have sold them, and will return your recompense upon your own head, and I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hand of the children of Judah, and they shall sell them to the Sabeans, to a people far off, for the Lord hath spoken. And so, for what you did to us, selling us, right, enslaving us, capturing us, which was by the hand of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, but you forwarded the affliction. All right? Well, I thought you said God did. Well, he did. I did say that. Okay, you think that the Most High made a mistake because he's about to get that payback on your ass? No, he created the whole script through his Son, the Word, who cometh in the volume of the book. There's no mistakes in here. You got to go into slavery. You're going to be bought and sold too. Recompense, payback, tit for tat times 2. It's going to go down like that, without fail. No matter what the fuck you say, you can't change it. I can't change it. You're either on board or you're against Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Why will it happen? For the Lord hath spoken. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up, beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. Assemble yourselves, and come all ye heathen, and gather yourselves round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord. So there's the ambush. Why? Because we're in the time of the changing of the last becoming first and the first going into slavery, called the kingdom of heaven. Nobody can change it. All you can do is understand it. Yeah, you're going to fight like the bitches that you are, but you're not going to change what it says in this book. Okay? And you can scoff all you want to and act like we're out here wasting our breath. But when you see this shit going down the way we said it would, you ain't got a goddamn thing to say. Going down like that. It's going down like that without fail. It's going down like that as we speak. Okay? You're talking about being embarrassed in front of your woman and all of that. Motherfucker, when you can't feed the family, see, you think your scoffing has any merit. No, nigga, you marked yourself. And you're going to be the first one starved out. Your family. You're going to be choosing which one of your children you're going to put on the motherfucking grill and eat. The Most High is so bad. Allah shot you. All right? terrible demon-like power. The Most High is going to show you. The Most High controls both sides. He's going to show you the bad. He's going to show you that evil. Bad time. He's going to put you in the middle of bad times. And you got no get back. Zero zip nada. So these words are going to come back. You just scoff under your breath. Right? Angels got you. Mark him. Jeremiah 10:1. Hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven. The what? The signs of heaven. For the heathen are dismayed at them. For the customs of the people are vain. And that's all we got to read. All right? There's a custom going on tonight. That Samhain wicked satanic sacrificial night. All right? Be on the watch out for that. All right? So with that, it's Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear the Most High and keep His commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. All right? Philippians 2 and 12. Wherefore, my beloved, as ye have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but now much more in my absence, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. All right? Hey, we're so close right now. Right? Stay alert, stay spiritual, stay prayed up, stay on your grind, stay on fire, stay on your watch. All right? Stay on your guard, because this devil roameth about, seeing whom he may devour, paraphrase. All right, so with that, we can say all praises due to Yahweh. Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem, Kadash. All right, double honors to the elder apostles of GMS and the elders that came before them that taught us this truth. All right, and shalom and salutations to all the brothers out pushing the word of truth and in sincerity. All right. Be careful out there tonight. If you got to go to work or you got any business, otherwise you should be at home protecting the homestead. All right? All right, so with that, we're going to say shalom.